Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I think this is the final installation of my cheaper ripe series I've been doing, incidentally. This is a recipe that's been on the show, I think 4 times? On TDB 4 times. James and I have had, I think we've had it twice together. And then I'm gonna have room for one more session off of this here. And excuse me. One of the things about this tea is that the storage, the version of this tea, if you will, varies. So not, of course, by year, but the late 90s versions of this, I guess, vary quite a bit in terms of the storage and thus flavor. So I think I can't remember what we did. We compared them. I was drinking this yesterday and loving it. Man, just, yes. I'm gonna toss the rinse 1 sec. Storage on the chai smells great. So this is kind of the, a good one to end with the meme, because this is the most pencil shaving profile of these by a long shot. I'm gonna push this one a little bit to start. So this is late 1990s 7581. So this is the Kunming Tea Factory. And it's a brick. This one was lightly stored, quote unquote. Excuse me, allergies. Beautiful flowers, love them, but they're killing me. Hong Kong stored, and then this one was then transferred to Taiwan, in this case. And stored in Taiwan for quite some time. Just trying to, the lid has a little bit of a lighter nose on it. Jeez, just such brown sugar. Pencil shavings. Excuse me, brown sugar. Little hint of seaweed. But mostly sweet plum. It really tastes like sweet wood. The fruit on this is nice. This is one that I would definitely want to be using clay outside of filming TDB. You can see, maybe a little too close, the size of the leaves represented by the 8 in the recipe name here. A little tough to see. The leaves are quite dark, but some much larger leaf material in here. The aroma is incredible. Everything you would... 1 sec. Excuse me, jeez. Everything that you would hope out of a aged tea like this. Cheers. Interesting. I'm getting alfalfa, kind of alfalfa sprouts to start. That's that green vegetable thing I was talking about. It's almost grassy, but it has that kind of verdant crispness to it. It's really single noted on the high notes. This tea, so I'm drinking this 2 days in a row and comparing it to last session. So what I'm tasting now is different than what I tasted yesterday. Obvious pencil shavings, obvious wood obvious brown sugar. Oh, this one is really turning that corner into the vegetable patch, compost, woody notes. It lacks the, I mean, this is kind of where like you notice the difference between Shung and Show Pu'er, because the raw Pu'er has this, the base notes on the raw Pu'er is like going up to 11 if you had a profile like this, whereas this is, you know, the intensity of the base notes is subtle, not subtle, light comparatively. 6 out of 10. And it might be to your preference, frankly. This is so good today. Obviously, pretty old tea. It's really amazing how sweet tea stays for 30 years. It was incredible. So sweet. I'm just gonna sit here and taste, and I'll pause and be back. I can't speak to newer versions of this tea. I think that people have complained that it's changed a little bit. This is one to go and try to find. Even I think specifically the late 90s version of it. It's floating around. Fortunately, the Yunnan I think Yunnan Sourcing has a version of it, but I don't believe they're shipping to the US right now. YunnanSourcing.com. I don't think the US site has it. I like to be wrong. Prices vary quite a bit on this one, so do some shopping. Yeah, 1 second. Okay, so Yunnan Sourcing sells a 1990 version.com. The .com site sells a 1990 version 250 gram cake for $429.50. This one is younger than that. I wouldn't pay that much for this. I see, just kidding. That's a different brick. That might be the predecessor of this brick, actually. Sorry about that. Do they have this? Okay, that's a high price. Okay. So they have a couple of versions here on the .com site. Okay, much more reasonable. This is a 2002 version for 118, 2003 version for 90, 2007 version for 50. I paid less than all of that for, well, I got this as a sample. But there are other places to potentially source this that will be cheaper than those prices. I'll just put it that way. I'm gonna go ahead and boil the water one more time and then leave it there. Okay, so funnily enough, this is a profile that the memes have taken place on TDB about me calling the pencil shavings on some of these teas, and certainly this one is right there. But actually, this profile is not a profile I would look to drink every day personally. It's a bit more special. Even if, for example, I could afford to drink this every day. It's just a bit more, I don't know, I don't want to say weird, because I like it. It's not bad weird, but it's just a bit less, just not something, it's just a bit more experimental. It's like kind of just about a bit out of bounds in a way that's like, you know, every day, no. Once a week, yeah. I think my only complaint about this is simply that it does die off a little bit faster than you would hope. But I think I don't think this tea was processed in a way that was meant to be aged. I think that there was just a ton of this tea processed, and it's pretty good overall. So that's why there's a lot of it still around today. To be bought. This recipe has become famous, but again, for me, it's just not my recipe of choice. But it's one that I really enjoy. It's funny, again, that I'm sort of known for this profile. Very nice. I'm gonna enjoy sipping on this the rest of the day. I might shake it up and have some Rampur after this, but easy drinking. Go and find yourself this one. Don't overpay for it. If you have to spend more than $70, let's say, with shipping and import fees, I don't think it's a good deal. So really nice, slightly minerally when you go and finish. Go get this. Find something like this. Taste this recipe. Taste these recipes. Go to yunansourcing.us. Buy samples of every one of these, whatever, 10-gram samples, and then just taste them and see, hey, I like these. For ripe tea, I think I want to do a whole video on this, but the TLDR of it is, when purchasing samples for ripes, I would buy fairly young, doesn't matter to me, and just buy a huge amount of a variety with raw samples for cakes that I want to actually purchase and save. I would buy highly expensive cakes and samples, and I would look to buy old material for the samples, and then purchase younger cakes. Purchase cakes that are 6, 10, even 15 years younger, potentially, depending on how reliable I think the factory is and the recipe. So if the recipe is established and been around for a long time, obviously intra batch, intra year, intra blah, blah, every year is different. Anyway, I'm going to save this for another video, I think. But for these ripes, go and just buy a ton of samples, and then try all the different flavors, all the different profiles, all these different recipes. See what sticks. What do you like? Do you like more plummy? Do you like more cherry? Do you like more minerally wood? Do you like higher notes? Do you like creamy? Do you like more umami? Do you want something that's a bit more vegetal? Do you want something that's almost roasted? You can taste all of these different flavors, and I've talked about them all in the last handful of episodes, 6 episodes, whatever, of episodes on these ripes. Go and explore them. See what you like, and then go pick up a couple cakes. Go buy some cakes that are like, I don't know, 10 years old, and drink those now, and then buy cakes that are 5 years old and store those for the future. Always fun, of course, to have kind of frisbees to throw out when friends come over and be like, hey, you might like this. Okay, cool. What be the tea brewer that your tea noob wants you to be, which is, I really like sweet fruit. Cool. Let's try, what does sweet fruit mean in white tea, in green tea, in black tea, in pu'er tea. Love you guys. The ongoing sweetness on this is really next level. Pick this up. Hugs. Subscribe. Do all the stuff. These last bunch of videos have been rambling, y'all. I'm positive life circumstances. Extremely happy about some things that are happening in my life, but they are keeping me busy and preoccupied a little bit. So turning the corner on a lot of logistical planning and getting back into filming a bunch of episodes. And I hope that I will have even fresher green tea coming up on the docket here soon. I believe by the time that this is out, I will have the tea in hand. So I'll be drinking some. I ordered a ton of green tea, white tea, and black tea from Yunnan Sourcing, their US site, and I will be drinking through their 2025 spring productions, and decided to purchase while I could. So I hope everyone's buying their tea and getting their reserves in order for this potential pu'er winter. Love every one of you oh so much.